Hi guys, welcome to our channel Sukun FM English. Now we are at third part of our story Secret Live in Son-in-Law. How was the story? Please write comment and also share with your friends. If you see first time, please subscribe our channel Sukun FM. Let's start our story. Although Samar family was one of the richest family in India, he was abandoned by his family since childhood after his parents were missing. And even today, if his grandfather was not there, he would never have agreed to come back and marry Kiara. But no matter how rich his family was, he had nothing to do with it. He never thought of going back to that selfish family. Summer was now outside Kiara villa. He opened the door and entered inside. As soon as he entered, he saw Kiara reading a professional book very attentively. When Samar looked closely, he found out that the book Kiara was reading was related to jewelry and its authenticity. Although Kiara Agarwal was at home, she had still not changed his clothes and she was still in her office outfit. Her beautiful face was shining in the light of the bulb, just like diamond, a wonderful ideal created by God. Her figure was also very good. Slim waist, leg longs, deer like eyes from which it was difficult to take eyes off. Summer knew that both Kiara Agarwal's face and figure were very attractive. But the sad thing that was Kiara a little arrogant and proud. But still Summer said to Kiara with a light smile, "Honey, I am back." Kiara Agarwal put down her book as soon as she heard him and looked at him. Her gaze was so rude as if she was looking at a stranger, which made Summer feel very uncomfortable. Summer said to himself, okay, you don't like me, but since we are married and I am your legal husband, what is the point of looking at me like such a stranger? Then Kiara broke his thought and said, "My room is on the second floor. Yours is on first floor. Don't come up." There was the summer harshness in her voice as in her eyes. Summer immediately understood that Kiara was trying to keep a distance from him, trying to suppress trying to suppress the dissatisfactions in his heart. He asked, "Honey, we are married. We should not we sleep together." Today is the first day of their marriage, and this was their suhagrat. They should have slept together today. What was marriage of? Broadly speaking, it was to move forward from generation to generation and especially to support each other. Husband and wife always lived together in a same room and is the voice was the biggest truth in the world. But now Samar's wife was going to sleep in another room on the very first night of marriage. What does that mean? It's she refusing to sleep together. Kiara replied to him, "If you came to my room, I will kill you." Saying this, she went upstairs and did not even look back at Samar. Samar stood there and kept looking at beautiful back to his living wife. He was a complete stranger to Kiara, despite being married. Kiara did not feel anything to him as far as sleeping together is concerned. It was unless to even think about it. On the other hand, Kiara kept a scissor with her as soon as she went to her room, so that if Summer come inside, she did not have any problem if he dare his come inside. She will put the scissor in his stomach. Summer said while going towards his room on the first floor. It's very cold. Although Kiara was a beautiful girl, it only mattered if she also liked him. If she did not love him, then he also did not want to travel her. Sleeping separately was not a big deal. All he could think about was that he had married a piece of wood. However, Summer still felt a little disappointment and uneasy. Who can understand the sadness and desperation of a king? His parents had disappeared when he was young. His relatives did not care about him at all, and they even bullied and mocked him, except for his grandfather. At the age of 8, he was brought abroad by a mysterious old man. He was then taught martial art and acupressure skill and even formed a group called the Shadow Group. Eventually, he proved to be the most powerful person in the Shadow continent and earned the title of Shadow King, making him the king of the underworld in that continent. He thought that his life would now be comfortable and peaceful after marriage, but it seemed like he was just dreaming. This girl was the one of his grandfather and has arranged for him to marry before he died. That girl did not have any feelings for him. Leaving alone feelings, she was treating him like a stranger. Summer entered his room and found that the room was very big and the whole room was filled with Italian furniture. Everything was well decorated. The wall was painted white, king size wooden bed, a big wardrobe for clothes and shoes. Apart from this, there was also a computer. Wow, computer! This is a good thing. He can keep in touch with the shadow group through it. He immediately turned on the computer and entered the password. Then he reached a secret chat room. At first, no one was online in the chat room, but then suddenly a big shadow appeared. Later, a fair girl with blue eyes appeared online in the chat room. It was a foreigner girl. She had a high nose, fair skin, and red lips. And then a cold, best shaped figure appeared. Any boy would be ready to die to get a look at her. The blonde girl licked her lips and spoke in seductive English. Your Majesty, the Shadow King, you finally contacted me. I miss you so much. Summer smiled and asked in fluent English. Alice, is everything in the Shadow Group fine? Alice was one of the most loyal members of the Shadow Group. Summer trusted her blindly. Alice complained like a disappointed wife. Nothing is right here. We don't understand why you left the Shadow Continent without telling us. I heard that you returned home and got married. Is that true? She had a crush on her Shadow King for a long time. But now that he got married and she is disappointed. Summer replied to her by saying, I am sorry, Alice. It was my grandfather's last wish. So I had to get married. He explained to Alice because he knew how she felt for him. This girl was a complicated character. She was not only strong in martial art, but her background was also incredible. It was here that she was walked into the royal family of the Tiger Continent. She became the most loyal follower of the Shadow King as she once saved his life. Alice asked Summer, can I see your wife? I wonder how beautiful she is that she can be win heart of our Shadow King. Alice raised her lips. She still did not seem ready to give up and wanted to see Kiara Agrawal. Summer replied to her, Alice, she has already slept. I will show you some other day, okay? Alice said in disappointed voice. Okay, dear Shadow King. Coming to the point, Summer asked, Alice, is there anything going on with the other six Shadow Kings lately? Alice replied, Dear Shadow King, I hear that Tiger King has gone to Indore. I think he must to coming to you. You have to be careful. Summer said softly, Oh, Tiger King was already come to Indore. He furrowed his brow in surprise. There were seven continents on earth, and each continent had a king. The king was the most powerful person in that continent. Samar was the king of the Shadow continent, and Tiger King was the lord of the Tiger continent. There was a deep conflict between the two, and they were sworn enemies. What will do Samar now? If you enjoy the story, please like it, share it, and do a favorable comment.